Hey everyone, this is Jackson again with Squid Industries, and today I'm going to be teaching you the aerial to Chaplin. The aerial to Chaplin is a very versatile trick. There's lots of different ways you can throw the aerial into the Chaplin, lots of different Chaplin variations that you can do. In this video, I'm just going to be focusing on three main variations that are kind of the foundations and the ones you see most in flipping combos. So that's going to be the aerial to standard Chaplin and the aerial to reverse Chaplin. And as far as the prerequisites go, I'm going to let you take a wild guess as to what they are. You're gonna need the aerial and the Chaplin. So for the standard aerial to Chaplin, you just want this kind of modified standard aerial and a regular Chaplin. For the reverse aerial to Chaplin, you're gonna want a regular aerial that you might do into an ice pick. And then of course the reverse Chaplin. We're gonna be throwing all of these aerials from the bite handle because when you throw an aerial from the bite handle, it makes the rotation the same direction as when you would be doing a Chaplin. Like the spine is gonna be rotating first, which is what your finger is gonna hit. So yeah, every time you do an aerial to Chaplin, just make sure that you're doing it from the bite handle or else you're gonna have a bad time. And for this first variation, the aerial to standard Chaplin, we're gonna be doing this modified standard aerial. And this is what it looks like. So once you're comfortable with that and you've got your standard Chaplin down, we can start putting the two together. Like I said, you're gonna throw from the bite handle and you're gonna do, this aerial where your palm starts facing down and you kind of start to throw it over your hand. First, we're just gonna try to catch the safe handle. So you're throwing it from the bite handle and you can just catch the safe handle like that. It's a really small aerial. You're basically just throwing it and reaching around to catch the safe handle right here. So one more time. Throw from the bite handle and catch the safe handle. So once you've got that down, you can kind of see when you catch the safe handle, it's kind of landing in a position where you would start a Chaplin from. So that's exactly what we're gonna do. I want you to throw it from the bite handle, catch it on the safe handle, but try to kind of pinch it more between your index finger and your thumb. So that way you can pinch it and then go into a Chaplin just with a little pause. And then you can keep kind of trying to reduce that pause and try to convert the momentum of the aerial straight into the Chaplin. You can kind of see I'm kind of just pinching them both really quickly and then going straight into the Chaplin. And then once you're better at that, you can just remove the thumb. This might be a little bit more difficult. When you throw the Balisong, it's going to come around here. And then when you come in to grab the safe handle, instead of grabbing it, you're just gonna come in with your index finger and try to contact right around the pivot area so that it falls down onto your finger. And once it falls down onto your finger, the momentum is gonna wanna continue. So that's another thing you can do to practice is kind of just trying to let it fall onto your index finger. You'll notice that if you just let it fall onto your index finger, it's gonna just fall off and onto the ground because it wants to continue the momentum. So once you feel that momentum going, you can pick it up with the Chaplin. With this variation, I usually feel like whenever I catch the Chaplin, I kind of pull back in towards my body because we're catching it here. And to do a Chaplin motion at this point, you would pull it into your body to start it. So you can kind of see I like pull it back to make sure it sticks onto my finger. So yeah, that is the standard aerial to Chaplin. All right, next up is the aerial to reverse Chaplin. For this one, the process is gonna be very much similar to the aerial to standard Chaplin. And again, can't stress this enough. We have to be doing it, the aerial from the bite handle, or else you're gonna have a bad day. You're gonna get into the position of doing an aerial. We're gonna kind of be coming in at the spine and the bite handle. So when you throw the aerial, the safe handle is going to pass, and then you're gonna put your hand in after the safe handle so that the spine kind of comes down onto your hand and the bite handle follows. So you're gonna catch it kind of just like this. And again, you can see how this would lead into the reverse Chaplin. So again, you're just gonna throw it and bring your hand in at the spine and the bite handle. And then once you get used to that, you're kind of used to the timing of coming in after the safe handle, sticking your hand in there. You can do this with just your index and thumb. So you come in and kind of pinch it like that. And then we're gonna do the same thing where we come in, catch it, pause, and go into the reverse Chaplin. So we're gonna throw it, pinch or catch it like this, stop, and then go into the Chaplin. If I try to do that a little faster, this is what it'll look like. But you wanna make sure you don't build a habit of sticking your whole hand in there, because that's gonna just really slow down and make the trick look not smooth. To smoothen it out fully, we're gonna just remove our thumb, stop doing the pinch, and go straight into the Chaplin from the aerial. Just like that. So you can see now that we're going straight into the Chaplin. When you throw from the bite handle, the safe handle passes by, and then you're going straight into the pivot area with your index finger and letting the momentum of the aerial carry through so that it falls down onto your finger. And then you just continue the momentum by going into a Chaplin. And then just make sure once you're actually going for the trick, you only use that one finger. You never want anything else to be involved other than the finger that you're chaplining with, or else it's just not gonna look as smooth as it could be. So yeah, that's all for the aerial to reverse Chaplin. All right, so that's all for the aerial to Chaplin tutorial. I hope you enjoyed or learned something. If you have any other tips for people trying to learn, leave them in the comments, as well as any suggestions for tricks y'all would like to see in the future. And yeah, like I said, there's tons of variations. So once you nail these fundamentals, be sure to play around with which aerials you're throwing to get into it and which Chaplin variations you're doing out of it. And yeah, I'm gonna leave y'all with a combo involving some of these tricks. So yeah, like and subscribe, and that's all. Thanks for watching.